Today, the state is witnessing all new cabinet, and it's not only reshuffled, it's also extended with 26 new names. We will discuss that, we'll analyze it, the caste equations, the regional polemics, who's been dropped, who's been included. To discuss the same, we have with us Professor Shirish Kashikar from Gujarat. He's a political analyst. He's also a former journalist. He writes quite oftenly in all the prominent media organizations across the country. Professor Kashikar, welcome to Federal. We'll start with asking you the timing of BJP's all-out cabinet reshuffle in Gujarat. Although we have seen a cabinet reshuffle before, why this all massive and the timing of it right now is it the upcoming local poll or is it the 2027 state polls? Why do you think the reshuffle happened just now?
Actually, it was a bit long pending in Gujarat because, as we all know, that in the last assembly elections, BJP got around 10 MLAs from Congress, and they were to be accommodated in BJP. They all won on the seats of symbol of BJP, and so they were in the waiting also. That was one part. But out of them, I think only Arjun Bhai has got the chance to get the berth, and that again, the cabinet berth in this new ministry. But apart from that, I think the way Bhupendra Patel's government was working, we have seen many times that it was really under a heavy administrative pressure because that concise size of 16 or 17 ministers was really, I think it was really cumbersome for him. He himself, CM himself had so many ministries to take care. Apart from that, his senior cabinet colleagues and state level ministers, they had ample of portfolios to take care. So I think that was one of the reasons why I think Bhupendra Bhai must have suggested to expand his cabinet. Plus, there are some other factors, political factors, I think, which required some balance. Later on, we will discuss this in our conversation.
Right. As you said, Professor Kashikar, there were some political factors, caste polemics and caste divide, rather disgruntlement within the caste divide being one of them. Speaking of which, let's talk about the OBC factor. It's one of the OBCs are one of the most prominent and population-wise one of the largest community in Gujarat. Electorally speaking, they are probably not as politically powerful as Patidars, but numerically speaking, they are as powerful, if not more powerful than Patidars. And of late, the community has not been very happy with the BJP, with the representations it has got within the party or in the government. Do you think choosing the names that we see, we are seeing in the new cabinet, the OBC factor, wooing the OBC community is one of the factors, major factors?
Well, OBC in Gujarat is definitely a very dominant factor as far as the politics is concerned. They are really dominant voters. But let me tell you an interesting fact that it cannot be applied to all the constituencies. It's like scheduled caste presence in or the scheduled caste capacity of voting or to change the way of politics in Gujarat. OBC has the same stature in Gujarat. No, obviously there are around 40, 45 or more than 45, 50 castes, subcastes are there into OBC. But gradually during these 30 years of BJP's rule, they have definitely got some prominence also. Apart from the getting political birth in the cabinet, they have ample of other benefits got by BJP government in Gujarat has given to them. So what I'm saying is, as per the figures are here with me, there are 8 ministers who are from the OBC background, right? And others are from Patidar and other communities. There are 3 scheduled caste MLAs have got the birth, 4 scheduled tribes, and 3 women. That's really a good sign, I think. And out of these 3 women, there is 1 scheduled caste woman that is from Asarwa, Ahmedabad. Right. So that caste equations, let us try to understand that it is not possible always to keep the caste equation in the mind when you are doing some political changes into births. Right. See, if we see it from that point of view, all the communities will start asking the birth in the cabinet. In that case, they have to make the jumbo cabinet of around 70 to 80 ministers. Right. And that practically that is not possible for any chief minister or any political party. But what I think BJP has done during in these reshuffle, that they have kept the regional balance, right? Saurashtra, Kutch, Central Gujarat, North Gujarat, and South Gujarat. They have tried to keep the balance, though they have given a little bit prominence to Saurashtra, Kutch, and Central Gujarat. Central Gujarat, 9 from Saurashtra, Kutch, and 7 from Central. Other South Gujarat has got 6, and the North Gujarat has got 4. Right. But that is what I think the BJP has kept into mind to keep the balance. Otherwise, if you try to keep the caste balance, then it really creates some more trouble.
Right, right. So yeah, let's talk about a little bit of regional balance, like as you pointed out. Saurashtra region that has traditionally, once upon a time, rather traditionally, was not a BJP stronghold, rather a Congress stronghold. One of the major factors behind it was the OBC rallying behind, being a major loyal vote bank of Congress, which gradually changed post 2017. And it completely turned over by the time 2022 state assembly elections were conducted. But now we see a third player for the first time in Gujarat, that is Aam Aadmi Party, and their prominent leader and MLA, who is also a Patidar, Gopal Italia, who's recently won from retained the seat in a bypoll in Visakhapatnam in Saurashtra. So do you think Aam Aadmi Party, instead of the Saurashtra being Congress, BJP polemics and tussle between Congress and BJP, the entry of AAP in Saurashtra and the aggressive, if I might add, the ground campaigns that it has been doing, the Aam Aadmi Party has been doing for at least, let's say, 4 or 5 months now. Gher region, its campaign in the Gher region of Saurashtra, the non-stop continuous flood. It's something that both the Congress and BJP, MLAs have ignored. Or the agrarian crisis there, related to cotton, the tariff, that recently BJP kind of removed to help the textile workers. Do you think all these factors and relate to AAP, because AAP is the only party that is taking it up, and Congress being still considered the primary opposition in Gujarat is yet to take these up? This is a factor for BJP to give such prominence to Saurashtra?
Absolutely, absolutely not. Let me tell you, BJP, when it's enjoying 162 seats MLAs with it in assembly, and Bhupendra Patel, who is at the peak of his political career right now, I don't think Gopal Italia or Aam Aadmi Party or Isudan Gadri or any other factor, up factor, right? Be the matter of disturbance in through the political arena in Gujarat, as far as BJP is concerned. Yes, definitely. Even today, still, Congress enjoys the second position in Gujarat. As far as Aam Aadmi Party or its aggressiveness or the Gopal or all these factors are, let me tell you one thing. Gopal won the seat which they already had. Aam Aadmi Party already had Visakhapatnam seat. So winning Visakhapatnam by poll is not some miracle, or it was some really big revolution in Gujarat's political arena. No, it's not like that. But having said this, I really appreciate that Gopal Italia or Isudan or any Aam Aadmi Party leader is trying to create certain sort of narratives, right? And they are working hard to create the narrative that, okay, we are the only saviors in this area. And if not today, then tomorrow people have to come to us. We'll go to people because Congress is doing nothing. So what they are trying is, or what they are doing is, they are pinching on the loopholes of government, and they are also trying to catch the voter area or the voter base of Congress, because they know that BJP's committed voter will never come to them, in whatever the case, right? Unless and until there is something really big political thing happens. So what they are doing, they are eyeing on the voters of Congress, and that is what the problem with Congress. Congress is losing. Definitely, it's on a second position, but it's losing its ground slowly, right? We have seen this in the last few years. We have seen in so many elections, bypolls, or in any other elections, or very village level elections, or in Nagar Palika or Taluka Panchayat, that Congress has lost ground. Aam Aadmi Party slowly and steadily has made inroads. That's very true. But again, the problem with Aam Aadmi Party is that loyalty and disloyalty. We have seen that during the last elections, they got good MLA, good numbers of MLAs from Surat. And what happened? Half of them resigned, right? So, and nobody could do anything. So the problem with Aam Aadmi Party is to retain themselves, to create the confidence into their voters or the youth, whatever you say, and to move ahead, keeping an eye on the voters of Congress, which possibly turn to them in the 2027. And for that, they have to make a very big inroads.
Right, right. So, if if even if you remove, the aspect of Aam Aadmi Party away from Saurashtra, but even if it is not as acute as 2017, there is a hint of, agrarian crisis back again in Saurashtra, specifically with back-to-back. Untimely, heavy rains and floods it has caused, and then there is this cotton tariff that was removed by the BJP government to help the textile industry. Uh, do you think it's going to impact BJP like it impacted in 2017, where it, sort of reduced to 99 seats?
No, I don't think. Well, as far as this monsoon and rain things are concerned, we can understand it's a natural phenomena. So government has to take care of all other things, and possibly the government has taken care of that part. As far as this cotton thing is concerned, I don't think that narrative, no, that created by Mr. Kejriwal and all these people from coming from Delhi to Gujarat and saying that cotton farmers are going to be ruined. I don't think there is much uproar as far as the cotton farmers are concerned in Saurashtra. Otherwise, the picture would have been different. So I don't think, as of my observation is concerned, I don't think there is much of the narrative of the cotton farmers and the prices and all these things has made any much uproar into the Saurashtra area. And one more thing, Saurashtra is not just all about cotton, right? There is a certain pocket which is prominently growing cotton. But the main area or the main crop of the Saurashtra, if we see, that is about the cotton seeds and groundnuts. And all other majority crops are there. So it's not just about crop or to not to get the proper price of cotton seeds. Well, up to certain extent, it would definitely affect on the farmers, but not necessarily it would turn into the they can turn themselves, their loyalty from BJP or from Congress to the Aam Aadmi Party suddenly. It may take certain time. They need to create some more detailed and trustworthy narratives. Possibly, they may get it sealed into 2032.
Right, right. So let's talk about BJP's, decision of giving, as expected, prominence to Saurashtra in their, choosing the number of MLAs from the region. We have 9 names from Saurashtra region. Let's talk about that. Why do you think BJP ended up giving more prominence to Saurashtra this time? And let's also talk about the names. As I see, I think a good number of them are OBC leaders from Saurashtra. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do you think that?
Well, again, let me tell you, as I said in your first question's answer, that the caste equations are really very tricky thing as far as Saurashtra is concerned, right? So if you are getting someone into cabinet and if you are dropping someone from the cabinet, then again the tussle starts. See, we have seen 2 cabinet ministers are dropped from, they are from Saurashtra. But again, some new people are added like Rivaba and others. Kanti Amrutia. See, Kanti Amrutia is one of the senior most MLAs now in assembly, right? And he has been waiting for the cabinet berth or any ministerial berth since long. But after so many years, he has got the chance, right? So again, what I'm saying not here in Saurashtra is not the caste equation, but again the regional balance within the region, right? If you go into Saurashtra, there are certain pockets which were definitely untouched as far as the cabinet or ministerial berth were concerned. Morbi was expecting since long. Jamnagar had already had Murubhai, but he was replaced, and then Rivabai is given chance. So what I am seeing here is that BJP is now creating the second rank of senior leaders, which are possibly going to lead the next generation of BJP if they win into 2027. See, the elevation of Harsh Sanghvi as a deputy CM. No, again, that is, there was no chance of any deputy CM in the Bhupendra Bhai's cabinet.
Right.
It happened during Vijay Bhai's cabinet because we knew that Nitin Bhai was the contender for the CM post. So to pacify him, they created that deputy CM post. But even in the Bhupendra Bhai's cabinet, deputy CM post is created. It shows that Harsh Sanghvi has got the prominence. And again, as we know that Commonwealth Games are going to be there and some other important things are going to happen in Gujarat in next 5 years. So Bhupendra Bhai has to be relieved. So the deputy CM's post is created. And again, the youngest MLA, possibly youngest MLA, Harsh Sanghvi is given this responsibility. So Harsh possibly is going to be the next gen leader in Gujarat as far as the electoral politics is concerned.
Let's talk about his quick rise. He's this young guy, fresh out of ABVP, won Majura at the backdrop of GST, massive anti-GST protest by textile traders. He retains his seat again from Majura, gets home ministry, and now he's the deputy CM. There has been, talks about him functioning like Amit Shah when he was the home minister in Gujarat, and how much he sort of, reminds of the olden days of Amit Shah. And also the kind of, unsaid rules that he brought in policing primarily throughout Gujarat. One of them is this, parading of alleged accused, and then demolition of houses of the alleged accused, and needless to say, majority of them have been from the minority community. So do you think these factors got him the brownie points to gain the, have this elevation at this young age and experience?
Yes, absolutely. I must say that he enjoys the confidence of Narendra Bhai and Amit Bhai both, right? And that is why I think after Bhupendra Bhai is the senior most person who enjoys the confidence of both. And I think now after him, Harsh Sanghvi is possibly the person who enjoys the confidence of both these senior leaders or the high command of BJP, right? And that is the first reason I think he has been elevated to the deputy CM post. Otherwise, see, deputy CM's post is considered to be for the very senior person who is considered to be the very next in the seniority or in the age next to the CM. But if we see the age factor, he is very quite younger. And what you said, all these factors are definitely the brownie points for him to get elevated at the post of deputy CM. And definitely he will get home ministry, sports and youth affair. And as I said, soon Gujarat is going to host Commonwealth Games. There are some possibility the Olympics again in Gujarat also. So these are some of the most important. Bullet train project is also going there. So some important projects are going to be there. And I think an independent person or the person who can take the timely decisions and run the ministry very smoothly. You can control the bureaucracy. If you're talking about home ministry, then policing itself a different ball game. So I think Harsh Sanghvi has definitely created that cloud that, okay, he can do, though he seems to be very young and inexperienced. But now he can do all these things very easily. And in the next few years, he could be elevated to the top.
So yeah, let's talk about the three women MLA in BJP that has been, primarily a male-dominated political party so far, which sort of is not very far from other political parties in Gujarat. But yet we have seen, women performers like Darshana Jardosh, for instance. She had a margin of 5 lakh. Plus 5 lakh, rather, which is something which was almost close to the margin of Amit Shah, but she was sort of dropped. And there has been other instances also of women leaders who have performed and yet being dropped at the prime of their, political career. So why do you think BJP thought of including 3 women MLAs in their cabinet for the first time in Gujarat?
I think there are two factors working behind this. As I told you earlier also, that BJP is now creating preferably young, politically young people as a second rank. And in that, they also required female leaders too. So if we think from Darshana Ben's point of view or from Rivaba's point of view, they are the people who have a very long political career ahead, right? Rivaba is a first timer, right? Darshana Ben is
Right.
possibly, I think, she is a second timer. And Darshana Ben, being women, women from scheduled caste, who is representing from the Asaraba, again, Ahmedabad area. So that gives another signal to the scheduled caste community and female voters that okay, such leaders are also there who can get the cabinet berth or the ministerial berth. And definitely, it's a boost for all these 3 females, those who have got ministerial berth. Definitely, 2 women were dropped from these from the last cabinet. But again, I think they will be accommodated somewhere into some other party forum, or possibly they get some board corporation chairmanship or something like that. Because definitely, the BJP will definitely never want to give such negative signal that they are dropping women from their important political career or their important ministerial berth. But they have elevated these 3 ladies to this cabinet ministry, and they will see that in next 2 years how they perform. Possibly in the next 2027, if BJP comes to power, and if there are some more female MLAs, possibly some more female MLAs may get ministerial berth.
Right. So we'll talk about North Gujarat now. Even until yesterday, Shankar Chaudhary's name was making rounds as one of the most probable names to be included in the cabinet list. But he did not make the names. Instead of him, we have Swaroop Thakur from WOW, an MLA from WOW from North Gujarat. Do you think he has the prominence or the hold or the experience to sort of counter, Geniben Thakur in North Gujarat, which has been, one of the concerns of BJP in North? It's also probably why, some experts say why Banaskantha was sort of bifurcated into Banaskantha and Vautharad. And, Shankar Chaudhary, sort of had lost to Geniben in 17, and then, had to shift to Tharad, leaving his hometown and stronghold. Wow. He's a strong man of the north, and he's a cooperative, name as well, giant as well. But do you think Shankar Chaudhary was not considered because he didn't redeem himself enough in the WOW by-polls? Or do you think Swaroop Thakur, again, it is the young factor there? Or do you think the prominence-wise, will he be, match of what Shankar Chaudhary could do at the backdrop of Geniben's rise in North Gujarat?
See, let us not see everything in whatever in the cabinet reshuffle from the Congress's point of view, right? Geniben is good at her place. She has definitely defeated BJP in the political games in the recent past. But we need to see these as far as the Vav Tharad and Shankar Chaudhary factor from the local politics point of view. Shankar Bhai already enjoys a very big cloud in Chaudharys and all the communities in the Banaskantha, right? And he's already a speaker in the Gujarat Assembly. Definitely, his name was taking rounds. In fact, not only Shankar Bhai's name, there were so many stalwarts whose names were taking round in the political and journalistic circles. Some of were already dropped by the media, but they are back, right?
Right.
So, as far as Vav Tharad is concerned, I think Swarup Bhai's entry into cabinet, just the you said rightly that due to this bifurcation in Banaskantha and Vav Tharad, I think this is the reason why Swarup has got the chance to be there in the ministry, because government or the BJP government is possibly trying to create some more developmental works into Vav Tharad area that is considered to be the border area, and possibly up to certain extent not that much developed in the Banaskantha part. Right, other parts of Banaskantha definitely are much ahead of Vav Tharad because of this cooperative movement and all. So if they get the ministerial berth, definitely their focus will be there because the entire setup and bifurcation is new. So a new minister can do it more prominently. I think that must be the reason. Shankar Bhai, as far as Shankar Bhai is concerned, he already enjoys a big political clout and he is definitely there as a speaker. Possibly, he will keep continuing as a speaker in for the next 2 years.
Right, right. Now let's quickly talk about the names, the big names rather, that has been dropped, like Gulubhai Bera or Raghavji, Balwant Bhai. These are all, yeah, these are all tall leaders, senior leaders, and a majority of them are from the Ahir community. I know you said it's more about the region and not the caste in this cabinet, but I'll still ask you, do you think, because Gujarat has a history of each community cropping up and expressing its dissatisfaction, rather, whether it is representation in opposition party or definitely the ruling party. So do you think the new cabinet has got enough Ahir representation? And most importantly, do you think they have got the right replacement of these senior and experienced leaders from their respective regions?
Well, again, I don't think it's about the Ahir representation, of Kodi representation, or Brahmin representation, or Rajput representation, right? See, Balwansi Rajput is replaced, but Rivaba Jadeja is there. And some other Kshatriya community people are there.
Right.
Some Ahir community members are also there. So, I don't think it's about Ahirs or any versus any other community or any other community in Saurashtra which requires some prominence. Definitely, if we see from that point of view, in almost all the cabinets in BJP, right, as of now, Patidars have got the prominence, right?
Right.
So if you drop two Patidars and take three Patidars, you keep the balance, right? But if you drop two from OBC category community or Ahir or any other community and you don't take any from that community, I don't think that could create some much more difference, because definitely OBC communities are really enjoying a big clout in BJP nowadays because of their contribution, the political contribution for the BJP, especially certain part of Saurashtra and certain part of the North Gujarat, right? Chaudhries and other communities, Anjanas and all, right? They have shifted from Congress in a long period. They have shifted from Congress to BJP, and now they are staying with the BJP. But I don't think that ministerial berth, or if not given the ministerial berth, they may change their loyalty to Aam Aadmi Party or Congress, because BJP, being this, they know that how to handle such situation. Again, as I said, possibly all these senior people may get some other political benefits, or they may be inducted into some board corporation or in some cabinet rank, other benefits, right? So the political balancing, BJP people in Gujarat, they know how to do the political balancing. They will definitely do, and they will definitely keep all the communities, OBC communities, happy.
Right. But experience wise, like you said, a lot of first timers like Rivaba Jadeja has sort of replaced a very experienced, BJP stalwart from there. Do you think electorally speaking, with the upcoming polls, local polls and Taluka Panchayat polls and civic polls, and then finally the state polls in 2027, do you think the lack of experience of MLAs like Rivaba Jadeja would be a hindrance on ground for BJP, where it dropped a much senior MLA from the cabinet?
No, BJP has done this practice earlier also. Even during Anandiben's period or Narendrabhai's period, or even during the Vijayabhai's period, these things have happened. Or earlier during the Keshubhai's time, right? Possibly they were not performing the way CM was expected, right? Or there may be some complaints from the ground level against these people, those who were the ministers, and drop. So possibly BJP has thought that let us give chance to the young blood, right? Now, definitely, it's going to be a challenge for Rivaba to keep the flock together and all these senior people together. Of course, Poonam Ben is there, Poonam Madam is there, the MP from Jamnagar, right? So these people are there. And again, this caste community thing, she has to take control of all these people. If she is able to handle these people with care, I don't think all these uh, local self government elections or um, assembly elections are going to be tough for her.
Right, right. So one last question, Professor Kashikar. So now that we have a massive change in the government, where do you think the state politics goes from here in Gujarat? Specifically at a time where the Congress is sort of reinventing itself, rebuilding itself, redeeming itself rather, and then you have Aam Aadmi Party with its young leaders who are rather portrayed as aggressive, who sort of seem to fit the caste equations. So where do you see a tri-party politics in Gujarat? Because Gujarat has always been about two-party politics. With this massive change in the ruling party, so where do you think the it goes ahead from here?
Let me be very clear that there is not going to be tri-party politics in Gujarat, not in the nearby future, because Gujarat never accepts tri-party politics. Even the stalwarts like Shankarsi Waghela, Keshubhai Patel, and so many people have tried. Though they were the people who were actually the part of active politics since their childhood, right? And they failed, right? So what I'm saying is, Aam Aadmi Party, okay, being a political force or being a political party, they are trying hard, and they should try hard to enter into Gujarat and to capture Gujarat, if not in 2027, possibly 32, 37, wherever, right? They have very long inroads to make. As far as Congress is concerned, definitely Congress is trying to reinvent itself. They are trying very hard to get out of so many troubles within them. If Congress fails to do so, definitely Aam Aadmi Party will get its benefit. As far as BJP is concerned, the cabinet reshuffle, what I see, if I say it from my point of view, that this reshuffle is definitely going to ease the burden of Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel, and definitely the way they want to take the Gujarat ahead from various other projects and events and whatever is stored there in the future. It will definitely create a smooth momentum as far as administrative point of view is concerned and work point of view and politically, obviously. If you are making smooth decisions, you are taking smooth decisions, you are taking fast decisions, definitely in next 2 years. In fact, now there are not 2 years, right? If we are talking about 2027, we only have practically 1 year, because in after 1 year, all the political hustle bustle will start, right? So people will start talking from that point of view. So practically, this new cabinet has only 1 year. So they have to perform very well. If they don't perform well, definitely it will reduce seats of BJP in 2027.
Right. Thank you, Professor Kashikar. We will wrap up on this note. So definitely, the political, ambience and the political arena in Gujarat is going to be charged up in the coming days with leaders from all parties have to be on their toes. Thank you, Professor, once again for your insights. That was really helpful. Thank you for joining Federal.